Hey everybody, welcome to Reading the Bible to Cats. Guster is center stage. Guster, you ready to hear the Bible? So let me put the microphone down, actually. Hold on a sec. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so we're going to read Numbers 36. The family heads of the clan of Gilead, son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, who were from the clans of the descendants of Joseph, came and spoke before Moses and the leaders, the heads of the Israelite families. They said, "When the Lord commanded my Lord to give the land as an inheritance to the Israelites by lot, he ordered you to give the inheritance of our brother Zelophehad to his daughters. Now suppose they marry men from other Israelite tribes. Then their inheritance will be taken from our ancestral inheritance and added to that of the tribe they marry into. And so part of the inheritance allotted to us will be taken away. When the year of Jubilee for the Israelites comes, their inheritance will be added to that of the tribe into which they marry, and their property will be taken from the tribal inheritance of our ancestors." Then, at the Lord's commands for Zelophehad's daughters, they may marry anyone they please as long as they marry within their father's tribal clan. Oh, sorry, you guys, I misread that. Take two. Let me read verse 6 again. Hold on. Oops. Take three. I totally messed that up. Okay, let me take that last piece. And their property will be taken from the tribal inheritance of our ancestors. Verse 5. Then at the Lord's command, Moses gave this order to the Israelites. What the tribe of the descendants of Joseph is saying is right. This is what the Lord commands for Zelophehad's daughters. They may marry anyone they please, as long as they marry within their father's tribal clan. No inheritance in Israel is to pass from one tribe to another, for every Israelite shall keep the tribal inheritance of their ancestors. Every daughter who inherits land in any Israelite tribe must marry someone in her father's tribal clan, so that every Israelite will possess the inheritance of their ancestors. No inheritance may pass from one tribe to another, for each Israelite tribe is to keep the land it inherits. So Zelophehad's daughters did as the Lord commanded Moses. Zelophehad's daughters, Mahlah, Tirzah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Noah, married their cousins on their father's side. They married within the clans of the descendants of Manasseh, son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in their father's tribe and clan. These are the commands and regulations the Lord gave through Moses to the Israelites on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. Okay, that's the end of Numbers 36, everyone. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I set the microphone kind of far away. I'm sorry, but out of this whole thing, what sticks out to me is Zelophehad's daughters' names, and particularly Hogla. I'm sorry. Sorry, Hogla. I know you're in heaven, but Hogla, at least in English, that wouldn't be a very. It'd be like being called Hog. Apologies, Hogla. Anyway, but yeah, it's just interesting how things are being set up here, as the nation is forming and the tribes are allotted their lands. And thankfully, those daughters, they spoke up earlier and they were like, hey, we need land. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. Um, but yeah, so that's interesting how they have to really stick to their tribes. Very interesting, very interesting. Well, we'll keep this short, and yeah, I just always think about in the New Testament, Revelation. Okay, now I have to read it if I can find it. I think it's Revelation 21. Hope you can hear me because the mic is far away. Hold on. Just thinking about the tribes of Israel and just the emphasis that's placed on the tribes and their land and their allotments throughout, the Torah and really the Bible. But let me see if I can find what I'm thinking of here. Um, Hold on one second. Get your cup of tea or get your cup of cocoa. And as I look for what I'm looking for, I don't know if it. Oh, yeah, the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Where is it? And the gates and the walls. I'm reading Revelation 21, but oh yeah, here it is. I think this. Yeah, here it is. So let me read it. Revelation 21 verses 9 through I don't know what, but in Numbers we read about the tribes getting their allotments of land, and the last book of the Bible in the New Testament, Revelation 21, says this as it describes the New Jerusalem. So I'm just going to read it. One of the seven angels who had the seven bowls full of the seven last plagues came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb." And he carried me away in the Spirit to a mountain, great and high, and showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God. It shone with the glory of God, and its brilliance was like that of a very precious jewel, like a jasper, clear as crystal. It had a great high wall with 12 gates and with 12 angels at the gates. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. There were 3 gates on the east, 3 on the north, 3 on the south, and 3 on the west. The wall of the city had 12 foundations, and on them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Okay, that's Revelation 21, verses 9 through 14. It's just so interesting, like, the continuity of the Bible. We start with, in the early books of the Bible with, this emphasis on the tribes and, the sons of Jacob, and then, the son of promise, Isaac, and then the tribes, the 12 tribes, and then their allotments, their land that God gives. And they're not forgotten. Also in Revelation, because their names are are written, you know, into the gates of heaven, the tribes of Israel. I mean, that's how important they are. And then, you think also of, I think it's in the book, well, it is in the book of Revelation, the 144,000 witnesses during the time of Jacob's trouble, or otherwise known as the, you know, Great Tribulation. They're from the 12 tribes of Israel. But yeah, I just think about that a lot, especially as I contemplate just the rise of anti Semitism. And it's like really tragic, but makes sense in a way because you know, the 12 tribes, their names are inscribed into the gates of heaven. So as you enter heaven, the holy city, I mean, you're going to see those names on the very gates, and I just think how precious that is to the Lord that He would inscribe the names of the tribes into the very entrances into the holy city, into heaven itself. The place of His abode, and and of course the 12 apostles' names are the foundation of it. But I don't. There's just no room for anti-Semitism, especially in Christendom, well, anywhere. But like I said before, and I guess I'll continue to repeat um, that anti-Semitism is a spiritual thing, because Satan hates. He hates Jewish people because Jesus is Jewish,